Hello there, everybody, and today is February 6th, 2008, and today's Wednesday, so I missed all the new movies. They all came out yesterday. I was planning on doing this, maybe over the weekend, but I got really busy. Anyway, so needless to say, we got four movies that I want to review. I think they all came out yesterday on DVD. So, the movies are Jane Austen Book Club, 2 Days in Paris, The Amateurs, and GoneBabyGone. Now, let's start off with Jane Austen's Book Club. Now, this movie I had watched a while back while it was still in the movie theater, and it's a pretty interesting movie. I wouldn't have normally gone out to see this, but somebody said she wanted to watch it, so I ended up watching it with her. And now this movie, Jane Austen's Book Club, is a comedy drama. Now, if anybody out there who is familiar with Jane Austen, what happens in this movie is six people get together via, a lot of random plot events, and they end up forming a book club. There's six members, one for each of Jane Austen's books, and they each get together in a series of months, one book for each month, and they discuss all of Jane Austen's books. And the thing that goes on in this movie that somewhat is interesting, or probably would be interesting to a lot of Jane Austen fans, is that the relationships between certain characters will mirror some of the plots in her books, from what I gather. I am not actually a seasoned fan of Jane Austen. I actually haven't read any of her books, but I've seen a handful of movies based on her books. So I kind of get the general idea, but I suppose, if I said anything about Jane Austen's works without actually reading it, I would probably get my head shot off by a lot of Jane Austen fans. So I'm not going to go make any claims about the books and the movies. But anyway, needless to say, Jane Austen's Book Club, it's a pretty interesting movie. It was a lot better than I thought it was going to be. I basically thought it was going to be a stereotypical kind of comedy or drama, but it turned out to be pretty good, and the dynamics between each character was pretty interesting. So definitely recommend Jane Austen's Book Club. Definitely liked it. Definitely worth a watch. Unless you're someone who absolutely hates Jane Austen, or a guy who has no interest in relationship dynamics, then don't worry about this movie. But otherwise, it's pretty good. Definitely recommend it. Alright, the next movie I want to talk about is 2 Days in Paris. I picked this one up just because it was a comedy, and usually I like to grab one for me and my girlfriend. But as it turns out, this movie looked really bad. Initially, the cover and just the production values, it looked like this independent movie because it takes place in Paris because they're spending 2 days in Paris. It's about this couple, and for the most part, you really only see this couple for most of the movie, and once in a while you see some see some characters walk in, and they'll interact with them, but the primary focus is on the couple in Paris. And I want to say that for the most part, it's the entire movie is just them talking, but when they talk, there's a lot of funny dialogue going on. It's very clever, it's very witty, and it has some plot twists in it as well. So as the story progresses, you learn a lot more about these two characters, and they build them very, very well. But it's mostly a drama. There's a lot of funny parts, but it's only in the dialogue, so nothing really happens that's really funny. And I don't think I ever really belly laughed. It was more or less like tongue-in-cheek, witty type of humor. So that, and there's some nudity, there's some sex going on. But other than that, I mean, it's 2 days in Paris. What do you expect? So anyway, 2 Days in Paris, I definitely recommend it. I liked it a lot. It's just this independent drama comedy movie, and if you like independent films, I definitely recommend it. You have to watch this one. If you don't worry about it. It's it's not like high on the priority list or anything, because if you just like those Hollywood movies, this is not it. All right, next movie I want to talk about is called The Amateurs. Now, this movie I had seen a trailer of a while back, and it was pretty much an interesting concept. It was about a bunch of ragtag guys from a small town getting together and making a porno. Now, when you start watching the movie, it's pretty interesting because the main character has sort of like this narration over the plot. So as the plot, proceeds on, sometimes you'll get some, interjecting dialogue, and for the most part, usually I hate this kind of interjecting dialogue unless it's done very well. I want to say in this case, it was done pretty well. I liked it a lot. The thing is, the movie premise itself, as interesting as it is not well done, and it's just ridiculously lame. I don't even know how to describe it. There's this guy who always has random ideas. He basically loses his wife in the first 5 minutes of the movie, or tells you how he lost his wife in the first 5 minutes of the movie, and he goes on to have an idea. Oh hey, it's gonna be a first for us. Let's make a porno, and he gets together all of his friends, and there's a lot of stereotypical character roles, and anyway, needless to say, this movie mostly a comedy, but the one redeeming factor is it's one of those, when you watch this movie, you'll like it and you'll feel good, but in retrospect, when you look at it, it's not a well done movie. It's not really that great. So if you like movies just for sheer entertainment, thumbs up, definitely worth a watch, because it's pretty interesting, kind of weird and out there, kind of idea. I haven't seen the movie Calendar Girls, but it kind of reminds me of something similar to that I heard about that movie, so I'm probably going to have to watch that and check back with you guys on it. Anyway, so needless to say, Amateurs, it's not a well-done movie. I kind of enjoyed watching it, though. It's one of those fun movies to watch, so if you're just watching it for the sake of a good movie, don't watch it. So, alright, last movie I want to talk about today is Gone Baby Gone. Now, this is a movie that was, I believe, written and directed by Ben Affleck. So I think it's Ben Affleck's big directorial debut, as well as Casey Affleck, Ben Affleck's brother, his acting debut, or a huge movie acting debut. And it's pretty interesting. This is a thriller suspense drama, as I would classify it. Arguably my favorite genre. So hopefully I can say something about this movie. Also stars Morgan Freeman. Now, beginning of the movie starts out with this kid, pretty much, or not this kid, but he's but he looks like a kid to me. And he's this private investigator who is hired to help try and track down this missing child. And that's pretty much the premise of the movie. He's trying to find this child. There's some plot twists going on, and for the most part, I don't think there was anything absurdly new and innovative as far as thriller suspense movies go. But I want to say that the plot of this story was fairly enthralling, interesting, and it was well done for what it was. So, Affleck's good job. And needless to say, there's the plot twist near the end that pretty much throws you off. It's whoa, I totally didn't see that coming. Or if you did, it was kind of a, confirmation. Although I do feel that the end was somewhat anticlimactic, and I didn't really like how the movie ended, but I can't deny the fact the acting was very good. Everything in the movie is pretty well done, camera shots, angles, everything. It looked pretty convincing, so I thought that was pretty good. Anyway, so Gone Baby Gone, thumbs up, well done movie. I don't think it's going to be one of those great movies, but certainly better than Gigli, or Giggly as I like to call it. But anyway, so Gone Baby Gone, good movie, definitely watch it. Alright, anyway, so I've got to do some schoolwork, because I got a huge 10, 15 page paper due tomorrow. So anyway, you guys enjoy the movies, and have a nice night.